super clear. How you older than me? This God just made us secondhand, and why do we call each other kings and queens?
Well, let me share some of that with you, Rick, and I appreciate the call. Black folks who call themselves kings and queens typically have an understanding of our history as it goes back to the continent of Africa, where they understood that we were kings and queens, and we reigned over vast empires. They understand the knowledge, the science, the math, the architecture that emanated from black folks. And so that's used as a sense of pride to remind us that we are kings and queens, and we are the descendants of kings and queens, and I understand that. I think the other question you asked was, what happened when we got to this country? Well, black folks were part of probably the greatest economic engine and mass subjugation of a race of people ever in the history of the planet. And when you start bringing these huge numbers of captured Africans to this country to be enslaved, to make you rich, it violates something, and this came from James Baldwin, the author. It violates something that everybody knows, and that is that nobody wants to be a slave. Nobody wants to be a slave. And so how do you create a system? How do you sustain a system, maintain a system that brutalizes, dehumanizes other human beings? Well, you got to make them less than human. And in comes the doctrine of white supremacy. If we are superior to these folks, if they aren't as smart as us, if they're more criminal than us, if they're more lazy than us, then we're doing them a favor by enslaving them. And that was the narrative, and that was the message that was spread across this country. Because they very much wanted to keep this economic engine going without people revolting. And even still, there were scores and scores and scores of whites in this country who understood that slavery and black subjugation were fundamentally wrong. And so as we go throughout Black History Month, and hopefully we study Black history every month, understand that there were scores of whites who were on the right side of the issue. They don't get the props, but they were right, and they're a part of that history as well. And whites need to notice and recognize and celebrate that as much as black folks do. Hey, we got to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to take the callers on the line. We'll talk for a few minutes, and then we got the dentist from Livingston and Associates coming in around 2:30 today. We're going to talk to the best dentist in town, so stay with us. More to come. This is 910 a.m. The Superstation, the future of radio.